But what was it that he came to put into your hearts? You know, was it just meetings? Was it just, what did he preach? What did he say? What was so unique about it?
I think it was just the whole model of New Testament church, leaving religion behind, coming out of a religious background, coming into the reality of the fullness of life in the Spirit,
Yeah.
New Testament church life. I remember Tony in the early days would say to us, there's only one thing that is constant here, and that's change. And he would say that constant change is here to stay.
Yeah.
And out of that, we started off in Ron's loft in his house.
He said so.
And we would bounce around up there in that loft. How the house never collapsed, we don't know. And we outgrew that fairly quickly and moved into the Parkhurst Community Hall.
Yes.
And then eventually found the ground and put the school campus and everything together in Robin Hills. And that's why the nickname of the church to this day is Robin Hills. It's actually New Creation Church.
Yes.
But a lot was spawned out of that. Incredible things like Ron's brother Drummond and Linda, who have now run this incredible family life ministry that has touched many nations. That's part of the fruit. Christian education, Tony may have mentioned, but the first Christian school, as we know Christian schools now in South Africa, was birthed out of
then known as ACE, the first ACE school.
It was ACE that came out.
Yeah.
I just found, when Tony came in and what was he sharing on, one of the main things then that many years ago was he shared on that you just cannot put new wine into old wineskins.
Yes.
It was a major teaching so that it would absolutely renew our minds.
Yes.
Because we were just so conservative and stuck in certain areas. And so we had to have our minds totally renewed to walk in the newness of church.
Yes.
And so that was one of the areas that I remember very clearly.
Yeah.
And just little things like having to have our minds renewed and who we were was just raising our hands to worship.
Yeah.
None of us had ever done that, and it sounds so ridiculous now.
Yes.
And to dance in worship, and that was an amazing thing, and we'd get up and demonstrate for us, and so we'd hop on one foot and the other until we were totally released in worship. And I sometimes see youngsters just standing there with their hands in their pockets, and I think, oh my goodness, it was a real cost.
Yeah.
To become free in worship and just to be yourself before God.
In that, I remember the one time Ron said to everyone, who believes that you'll have the liberty to dance in 6 months' time? So everybody put their hands up. So they said, all right, pack all the chairs up. And then after that, we would pack the chairs up during worship so people couldn't sit down. And everybody had to dance in a Hebrew model. It wasn't just to be cool. It wasn't just cool to dance. It was because we saw the biblical model of worship.
Yeah.